One.
Greetings and good afternoon to all the listeners and viewers on the Primal 4K app. Also, the listeners on Fit FM 96.7 right here in Jamaica. Simulcasting for the first time here on Primal.
I'm one of your hosts, Kane the Schwab Watson. Alongside me,
the deal.
The deal. Oh, first I hear that one.
I want to welcome everybody to Primal Sports.
Yeah, we look forward to this every week, Saturday at 4 p.m. You know, this is our sports show where we talk our sports topics all across the board, all across the world. And, you know, sports never stops.
We should say sports and entertainment.
Yeah, because...
You know, the controversial boss, you know?
Yeah, always... We're dropping some spin to what's the current matters going on, you know.
Yeah, dancehall, reggae.
SSL.
I
mean, last week was giving us his political advice to win back the MP seat, the PM seat, sorry. Yeah. But yeah, and do remember the phone lines will be open after sports commentary. You can get us on WhatsApp only, 1-876-552-7406, and that's via WhatsApp only. And we have a jam-packed show.
Yes, but first, what we have to tell the listeners, we have Kevin Farley, former national champion of Barbados, and also Caribbean champion in 2008, right here in Jamaica, table tennis champion.
Not only Caribbean senior champion, but also Caribbean junior champion. I mean, few people have achieved that feat, and he's one of them, and I've had the privilege to have many battles with him over the years, and I know he's a sports person and wants to do big things out of Barbados, and he'll have that opportunity in just a few minutes to tell us what's going on down there in Barbados and, you know, what's his plan for sports on a whole to get things up and running, you know?
Yeah, man, he's a legend down there in
And later
Barbados.
on in the show, you know, we have a lot to talk about because some of our predictions fell through, some predictions still in line, talking about the tennis. Also, I mean, NBA, great things coming up along the line side of some people's goat, not my goat, but you know,
Yes.
Yeah, and we have NFL weekend around before the playoff. I mean, before the Super Bowl.
Yes.
I mean, we have a lot to talk about football, a host of sports, and we like to hear from you. Your top sporting topics of what's going on, because I mean, sometimes we miss out on stuff where you, the callers, can come and chime in, and feel free to tell us that, hey, this is happening in your neck of the woods, so we can publicize it here. Because
give them the number again for me, Ken.
1-876-552-7406, and that's via WhatsApp only.
Yeah. Let us kick off things a little bit with the tennis before Mr. Farley joins us here today. I know the Schwab, you know, you're known for your predictions, but it's very rare that you get things so wrong.
But the thing is, I'm human, you know, and sometimes I'm...
Oh, you're admitting that now?
Yeah, so sometimes I'm human.
Mortal, eh?
Yeah, but, you know, our sentiments, and my favorite tennis player is Rafael Nadal, so by my sentiments, I have to go to Rafa, but I know it have been tough for him.
Yeah, because of injuries and stuff.
Played with injuries and then wear and tear age. But to see Djokovic come back now and in this dominant form, it's hard to bet against Djokovic. Tsitsipas to me is a contender, a challenger, but to me, I'm not sure if he's mentally that tough yet.
So you don't think that Tsitsipas can surprise Joker?
No, I don't think so.
No
based on his track record, unless he has reached that point, he's not short on talent.
Yeah.
But once you have to reach that mental threshold where you're out there and you just let it flow and you rise above it, because he definitely has the talent. He's playing good tennis, but to me, he always tends to falter, or, you know,
and the big moments,
character breakdown. So, I mean,
yeah. But the only problem I see here with Novak, you know, Novak kind of cruised through the tournament, and you know, Tsitsipas kind of had more battles on the way to the finals. You know, so sometimes, you know, that can work more in favor of the one who's more battle tested going into the final. So Novak was my original pick because I think he's the greatest thing to ever play tennis. That's my opinion, you know, based on skill sets and mental and everything. But I think that he's going to go down very early in this match. I think that Tsitsipas is going to come out very strong.
Go up 2-love.
I think it's out 1-love, or maybe go up 2-1-love, maybe 2-1 up, and Joker have to come back and win in 5th sets. I predict a victory in 5th set.
I think Novak could win 3-1. But 3-1. Even so, later on in the show we break down what this will mean for Novak's legacy. Last year, as time goes on, I remember last year Australian Open when Nadal won, we were like, hey, this man must be the GOAT.
Yeah. Well, you had that opinion.
No, well,
yes,
my opinion who the GOAT is.
Yes.
Federer is the GOAT.
Yeah, okay.
Federer. And Nadal is my player.
Yeah.
And Djokovic is definitely in the conversation. But what these three have done for the sport of tennis, I mean, argument will always be there.
They brought so many people
tomorrow,
to the game.
If he wins, it will be number 22.
Tied with
Nadal and
22 Grand Slams.
I mean, you already have him as the GOAT in your book, but what will this really mean for his legacy? And his 10th Australian Open final, very dominant on that surface.
He's perfect, 10 out of 10.
If he wins.
Yes, if
he's 9 out of 9.
9 out of 9
But
so far.
I mean, we both predict a victory, but what if the Greek man,
from Greek,
pull off a victory?
I think he's going to come out strong, as I said, but I'm going with Novak, the big man himself. What were your thoughts on the female finals? A lot of people thought it was the level was kind of low, though. Sabalenka winning her first slam,
but in honesty, the female level has been low for the past couple of years.
Yes,
in terms of what we used to back in the mid 90s. Coming up early 2000s, there's not much
we're somewhat
rivalry.
Spoiled, though. You don't think we're kind of
spoiled on the male end?
No, female as well from back in the early days. With all the...
Even Serena, name me Serena's biggest rival. Justine and Arden? Probably.
Yeah.
Definitely not Maria Sharapova. Come on.
Well, at one point, you can give that. Shara was pretty decent.
For how long, though?
Yeah, that is true.
It's not much rivalry on the female side, and to me, it's kind of waning on the female side.
Yes,
but
let us welcome again our Fit FM 96.7 listeners. This is our first time simulcasting with Fit FM, and we just want to welcome all the listeners out there again. Welcome to Primal Sports. This is one of the best shows in the world, sports shows.
Yeah, trust me.
Online sports shows now it's going fully radio.
Even the other day, people been asking me how I get that nickname, the Schwab.
The Schwab?
Yeah, I have to break it down and explain it to you because from high school, I was a young age, I used to watch, up to this today, I watch ESPN religiously.
Yeah.
I used to have a TV show called Stump the Schwab where people used to come on the show.
Yeah.
It's a game show where you test the knowledge of the guy who hosted the show. The name was Schwab. And he's a vast range of sports knowledge. And people used to come on the show and try to test him, to beat him on sports knowledge.
I remember, yeah.
So I always wanted to stump the Schwab, but
didn't get the chance.
I didn't get the chance to stump the Schwab. So guess what I did? I just became the Schwab.
Okay.
So feel free to call in and test my sports knowledge.
You can challenge the Schwab right here.
I'm always willing to learn. That's why ESPN is like once a TV turn on, it's on ESPN. So
as a youngster,
I have to keep going. Sports is our thing.
Of course.
When we leave here, we're probably talking about sports again. The basketball match later, NFL match tomorrow. Looking forward to the Australian Open final tomorrow. Sabalenka victory. So that's how the nickname, the Schwab, came about. I have other nicknames, people call me all about the places. Some say the champ, right, Peter? Some people call me the champ, right? Yeah. Some people call me National. I prefer Kane, but on the show, Kane the Schwab Watson. So that's why I want y'all to call in. Feel free to test my sports knowledge. Call in, talk about everything. Give me knowledge so I can use it against other people. Want to know what's going on in your neck of the woods and all across the world.
Well, Kane, I think it's time now to welcome former national champion and former Caribbean champion in table tennis, Kevin Farley from Barbados. Welcome to Primal Sports.
Good afternoon and welcome, guys. Welcome, Jamaica from Barbados. Let's say welcome.
Yeah,
Peter, welcome.
Jamaica is like your second home. I know you love it when you're in Jamaica. I haven't been to Barbados in a while. What's going on? You guys not inviting me down there?
I think we're in the process now trying to get some tours back here, so that people can come back here, and play some tennis and so on. Yeah. Obviously, we know that you are still in the loop, and the little rivalry between me and you for all the years.
Oh yes, we're now the veterans. Remember that coming up where the juniors coming up? Oh, I tell him I'm the youngest veteran now, but I don't feel that young anymore. They're still holding on, still playing the sport we love.
All right, before we get into the whole management and the big movement that you have there in Barbados. I want you to take us back to the table tennis player, Kevin Farley, from the junior days. You know, how you got introduced to the sport. Give us the history.
Well, I started the sport at the age of 6 years old. When I saw my brother travel Farley, which is former Caribbean champion as well, playing the sport. And then my first tour was in Trinidad, Curacao, like it or not. And that was like, and I was 6 years old. And until presently, no, I still play it. Would have been last year, would have been the Commonwealth Games. I finished in the top 32, which is, to me, was a quite of achievement. But probably not playing for so many years. And, you know, marriage life, children, and those things, you know, those things take away from the active playing every day. But I think that table tennis in Barbados needs to be revived because basically, a lot of people don't recognize table tennis in Barbados. I mean, like how you guys in Jamaica, I mean, I envy you guys, where you guys get you heard all the recognitions and the different things. We have not really a country which dwells on sports, but I think that's something that if the current administration do that, then they can capitalize on those things and so on. But for me playing, I play Caribbean Championship at the junior against Kane and Chris and all those boys those boys were older than I am.
Yeah.
And I would have tried my best to match with those older guys.
Yeah. Like Peter, you know? Yeah.
Unfortunately, I was very hungry and very thirsty for it. So that was the drive for me, just winning Caribbean Championship, you know. Just going back to your room, you know, all the guys, you know, you're being on the big man on the block, King can tell you, you know, if you're Caribbean champion, and everybody want to be your friend, you know. So that was the years ago. And then in terms of juniors, then we step up the juniors obviously because it has a age limit up to 18. And then when they step into the senior ring, they had guys like that's the same, which was like he was like the top. Obviously playing in France, and watching him play was like one day I must win this Caribbean Championship. And it might have been 2008, you know, in Jamaica. I won it. And right. I felt like, you know, the heavens open deal. And everything, you know, everything flowed. Nothing wasn't missing. You know, being reality, then when you come back to a country and, you know, people, you hit goals for 1 day or two, you know, then you return back to what I call civilian or public life. I think that's the transition in terms of sports for me. Being a sports player and then being a coach as well. Yeah. So I think that's something that I want to give the youngsters to that transition where not only do people forget about what they do, because, you know, anytime you represent your country, I can tell you it's very difficult for that. Right? Yeah. And a lot of people don't see the sacrifice, the pain, the all the hurt that goes through it. You know, I represent your country. And a lot of injuries happen, a lot you pick up along the way. In terms of financing, you come back, you don't have a job, people don't look at you. So, you know, that's just one part of the downside of playing.
Yeah, see, so you made mention of 2008. That was the time when you beat Dexter St. Louis in the finals. That was maybe one of the biggest moment in your table tennis career. So what you're saying that when you went back to Barbados, you didn't get the recognition for that achievement?
No, I think that's what really deals with ground. I think that's what really made me, you know, look at sport in the whole, you know, because if you are playing sport and you have been doing so well, I mean, every sport has this recognition level. Like I always say, we cannot compare table tennis with athletics and vice versa, because we all know every country in the world plays table tennis over. You know, when you get a world championship with table tennis, you know, there's so many countries. It's hard even to get out of the group. All the athletics probably and other sports can't play. Like if you come up against the netball, 10 countries play. Every country plays table tennis, so it's very difficult for people to just overlook a sport like that because we're the second biggest sport in the world after football.
Yes, that is correct.
It's very, very difficult. So
every country in the world every country in the world plays table tennis.
That's what made me
plays volleyball.
Yes. So Dexter St. Louis now, tell me, you're a left-hander just like Dexter. Is Dexter St. Louis the person that inspired you the most within the Caribbean region here?
Well, technically, yes, in a sense, because I remember when I saw him beat up people like, I don't know, one thing, Barbados beat all these Spanish-speaking countries, and that was a feat for us because seeing, I mean, African guys beating the Spanish back then, you know, okay, well, maybe we have arrived. now it's very difficult for me even to compete for those persons because obviously they're doing things that we would have done years ago. We still doing the same model from 2008. So
yeah. Trust me, Kevin. You see me keep talking about 2008. I think he shocked the world in that tournament. I don't think anybody was expecting Kevin Farley to defeat Dexter St. Louis. Because everybody have Dexter as maybe the greatest Caribbean player of all time. And for Kevin for just come out of the woodwork, I think the odds of you winning was about 100-1 that day. But trust me, you played well, and it was a big victory. Massive.
I remember that match, man. You play crafty.
Yes.
Yeah, man. You work the ball and move the ball. You never overpower him. You get him uncomfortable, and you just stay up to the table and just work the ball. It was a great
very
match.
Precise and short points. It was no whole heap of long rallies as Kane just mentioned a while ago. But I thought that victory was it was a big victory, man. Everybody was kind of stunned too, the place was quiet, Like even when you have match points, we said Kevin really gonna beat the great Dex, the big Dex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But congratulations, man.
And no better place to do it than Jamaica, right?
Yeah.
Of course, that's why I always make sure Jamaica is my second home, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes, Kevin. So tell us now about this new movement that you have going on in Barbados.
It's Caribbean Unity Sports, right?
Yes, man. 2005.
Recording in progress.
2005, we would have started Caribbean Unity Sports as a group in terms of going into the Caribbean to teach sports or to promote table tennis between the region, right? And they wanted sports to be the driving force in doing that. So here in Barbados, now, what I'm doing is that I'm trying to allow the youngsters or the children who are at schools, probably know we are doing community projects for children who are less fortunate, might be coming from a poverty family, to know that going down the road of violence, and if you don't go to school and you don't learn, maybe there could be another road for you in terms of sports. So that's why we want to tell each other that some people will not all be academically inclined, but there are other channels that you can take in terms of sports. And obviously you can get as far as, now it's different than when it was because obviously the world is smaller. Because we got internet, we got Zoom, people seeing things, So to me, it's more connecting in that regard. So far we have launched our program at the Hadley Hall Community Center. Our training days are Tuesdays and Thursdays between 4 to 6:30. It's a community project as we started. So we're having youngsters from the community in actually developing table tennis because for too many years, table tennis has been in one central location in Barbados. And it has so many teams that everybody just trying to fight against one another. So my thing is that maybe if we have a 6 Primal, maybe if we can broaden that scope and allow all parishes and communities to be a part of this thing, maybe then the sport could grow. Yeah.
Yes. I totally agree. And it's one thing that we have in common. Well, most countries in the Caribbean here, everybody's fighting against everybody. I guess, as you said, maybe if you can expand it a little bit more and make it more inclusive and give everybody an incentive, maybe that can bring about some form of unity, and togetherness with everybody. But you hit the nail on the head, boy. Everybody we talk to is the same kind of thing, same kind of issue, always infighting. Yeah. We currently have that here in Jamaica within our own table tennis fraternity, and we're trying to eradicate it. We're trying to get it out, but you can't really get it out unless you involve people because you have a thing what we call the social part of things. And if you're not designing the thing to appease people socially in terms of certain things, you'll always have somebody being bad-minded towards you, and you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So getting everybody involved and spreading it around the country, I think that is one of the ways to go to create that unity.
And to add to that as well, one of the things I find a problem is most people that in the sport don't respect the sport. Few players respect the sport because what we have here and the sport that we play with a difficult level and what we go out there and have to do and train. I mean, we as players and administration need to put more respect on the sport and demand our share of what we deserve. Because I don't see table tennis as a minor sport or no sport really. Because the tracksman have to do what I'm have to do. Football have to do what I'm have to do. The table tennis player have to do what I'm have to do. Netball have to do what I'm have to do. So every sport have them right and have them place to share the table, share the spoils. And I mean, demand respect all across the board. So we as players and administrators need to respect what we are doing and understand that what we have here and what we have going is, hey, I tell them, come play table tennis. I tell them, I'm sure I'm a better footballer than you will be at table tennis. And vice versa. For sure, the difficult level of what we're doing. And as I said, we're behind the 8 ball. And we need to come together as, especially the English-speaking Caribbean, Barbados, Trinidad, Jamaica, Guyana, and compete more against the Spanish and even take it on a work. Because we know we have the talent, Kevin. Come on. Sometimes we take up a racket and we'll go play and we'll be like, hey, say, what have this? Yeah. I was there in Commonwealth games when he went to top 30. I'm like, well, Kevin still have it left for her. But, and now we're in a position now where we have to give back to that generation that's coming up to A. Because we want to see them do better than we and carry to that next level and outshine. It's not, infighting and be like, oh, somebody going to surpass me or do this, what I never do. I'd be proud to see even somebody from Barbados, Guyana, ranking in the top 50 in the world. Why not? That would be, but we need to pass it instead of too much fighting. We need to come together. And with this Caribbean Unity Sports thing that you have going on, with the mission that you explained to us, I think the sky's the limit.
Yeah. So what about the sponsorship? You have sponsorship there from the government or from private?
Well, I think right now we are having some challenges because obviously we have, when we went to the commission, we had 1 table which was there. Then we have 4 rackets which was also there. The problem with us is that I think the Barbados Tennis Association have had stag equipment for years and years and years to develop the sport of table tennis. And I've found for many years that they have sat there and they have not developed the sport. Okay, and even though we are trying to do it, we haven't even gotten no assistance from the federation in terms of tables, balls, rackets. So these are things that we know have to source.
So hold on a second, Kevin. So your program that you have now is not aligned with the association in Barbados?
But it's okay. Well, I guess the problem is that the Table Tennis Association, before, the mandate was that we wanted to spread the sport throughout Barbados. Obviously, to demonstrate that you needed clubs to go and actually be a club, have their own home, have their own committee, those things, source those things. But I found that since we have started, we have not even received any assistance from the Table Tennis Association for some boards and so on. And they now got a new shipment of boards that they're sitting down there and eventually they end up being sold. And that's something that I think that government has to look into because those are things that are frustrating. We have a national federation supposed to be having things to assist development and community projects and just being sit there or there are donations from India and then you're putting a price value on donation. I think that's things that there's all these, as I said earlier, in fighting that we are having and in order for sport to grow, these are things that government and so on should look into because if you get stuff for that purpose, then you can attach a value for stuff that are donations. And that's something that we are having those challenges with them.
Yes, definitely, because we all know Stag, and Stag donate all over the world. And as you say, it's a donation for development. It's really a development project, and there shouldn't be a price tag on any of those tables. So you're definitely right with that. And I think that's a thing that maybe you guys should really reach out to the association about down in Barbados, And the thing is, table tennis is somewhat dying in the English-speaking Caribbean, and we as individual territories, we have to get things up and running, and then afterwards, maybe collectively we can have a movement within the different English-speaking islands. But we have to first, as a country, we have to get our house in order. And I think selling the tables, I think that's unethical. I don't believe in that one, and I think they can get in trouble for that. So you need to do something about that, You definitely need to do something about it. You can't have one table. You have 100 tables sitting down there collecting dust. What they plan to do with it? I can
tell you from before, the plans is that, they usually just sell the tables to people. And my thing is that, okay, we have one table tennis center. It has about 7 boards or so. And for the last 30 years, that has not developed because they have not gone out in the communities, as make children aware, okay, there's table tennis. For example, in Haga Hall, every week we get new children join a program that honestly, we have so many children to one table. So in my 2-hour session, sometimes you only play once. You see what I mean? So that's the challenge of having the adequate equipment and so on, to be able to capitalize on your children playing.
Yeah.
So these are the problems that I have, and I say these are things that sometimes these need to be addressed, and sometimes the best way to address these things are coming on TV and speak, because then people hear these programs and then they say, okay, well, I didn't know this was going on.
Yes, most definitely.
Yeah, so all these are things that are...
Most definitely. Sometimes you have to highlight it. You try to go the right route and to keep things in-house, but, most times they're just not listening. They still do what they want. So you have to make it more public, And I definitely agree with you, because as you said, we know about, it's almost the same thing you're talking about. What's happening?
Yes.
It's almost the same thing that happened back in Jamaica. Not necessarily now, because we don't really have as much equipment now, but back then it's the same issue we faced. And you mentioned 30 years now. It's about 20 years now since Barbados host a tournament, and come on, it's just one country keep hosting, it needs to move around so everybody can develop equally.
Yeah, if it's not Damrep, it's Cuba. If it's not Cuba, it's Ghana.
Yeah, it's
3 countries.
Well, to be honest, it's always Damrep.
Yeah.
It's always Damrep. So it needs to, the wealth and everything need to spread around. But first, what each association, English-speaking association, I think must get them thing in order.
Yeah.
Associations
at home.
I don't see the reason why you can't get tables for your program. And I thought that you were aligned with the association, with this program that you have, this new movement that you have down there in Barbados. So to be honest, I'm disappointed to hear that. Just to hear what you just said a while ago. It's very disappointing, And I know the president of the association. I wasn't expecting that kind of, sometimes not really the president though, maybe it's the organization and things just not moving the way it's supposed to move. But I think you should definitely reach out to them again and see what happens, because we want to come to Barbados. We want Barbados to start hosting back. You remember Goddard's Skin?
Yeah, I remember as a junior, one of my first tournaments.
That's a big development
Jamaica
tournament. That was a big development tournament.
My first tournament as a junior was Goddard's in 2000. Yeah. Representing Jamaica. Yeah. It was 2000 in Goddard's. And I remember going there as the 3rd string player, and then my eyes were just open up like, wow.
Yeah.
Table tennis.
Exactly.
I played in that hall right there in Barbados. I don't remember the name of the hall. I was like, I was this high. Yeah, I mean, I remember those days, and we need more tournaments like that to get the juniors involved and come up back in the system. That's where it all started for me. Well, representing my country. I mean, I played in high school, but I mean, the first time representing the country was going to Barbados.
Yeah.
Well, that was that's for table tennis.
That was for table tennis.
Yeah, I mean, first
as I say that in terms of the what it is that people need to know more about what we are doing. And sometimes it's hard to get that done. Well, no, we realize that social media and news and putting stuff out there, because people will see. And I guess people will also be watching the program here, because I also think the vice president of the Barbados Olympic Association, Mr. Burke, obviously to watch the show. So I guess he's watching it too as well. And I would like to encourage them as well to make sure that the National Federation does what they mandate states. So make sure you develop the sport, and that people can demonstrate to you that they're doing things to, to push the sport forward. I think all support should be behind those clubs or those persons, so that obviously, as you say, one day we can host tournaments again. But we can't host tournaments again if we have a federation who just sits down, do the same thing over and over, and there's no developmental plan. And I think that that's something that governments and so on should look into. If there's no plan for development, I think that funding should be stopped, and that association should be able to make its house in order before going forward. Otherwise, just pouring money or something, people say, okay, well, they're just giving us money so we can do as we like. I think that's what happened for too long. And it's very sad.
Yeah.
Yes. Tell us, before we go, tell us a little bit more in detail about your program in terms of training and your days and so forth. And how many kids do you have?
Well, so far we have about 30 kids already so far. And we only started like 3 weeks ago with the program. And these are children who have never seen or played table tennis before. As I said before, we have one table. We had 4 rackets that were there before. So right now we're in the process of even asking, because I've even asked a remote table tennis club in Trinidad for a donation for 12 rackets, and they've agreed to give us some rackets and so on. So we've asked partners and people that obviously that I play tennis with, if they have any stuff that they can send it to us, because obviously that is what we need to develop the sport. We have children in our community and our program who doesn't even have shoes. I got boys coming to class, like you didn't serve, but we can't afford shoes. And then it makes me feel bad to see young children can't afford shoes. Some of them can't afford to put on proper clothes, the coming clothes that have holes. So all these are things that we have challenges with, right? And that's been my challenge. Equipment right now, having the other table, as they say, having some brackets. We need balls. That's where we need balls, because obviously balls is something that's doing a lot. But that's what I'm saying. Regardless of our own federation not helping us, I've asked other people to help in case of what they have, they can send and so on. So we can also work with that and also be partners with those clubs who would be a partner with us. So we can have an exchange. That this year we plan to go either Grenada or St. Vincent as a club to do an interchange with them. But these children I know started tennis. So far we have 30, and every week we're growing. As I said, the days for training are Tuesdays and Thursdays between 4:30 to 6:30. And as I say, the next couple of weeks we're going to try to do a Saturday program. And that would include now the whole host of everybody can come to that area on Saturdays and take part. So right now we just need some equipment, some shoes, at least for some of the children, some donations, some balls, and at least a board on top of next hour. So just right now to at least get these children playing, because honestly, this program has helped some of the children on the block. Some of them were legally astray and go down the wrong road. And so far, two parents have been saying, I saw 2 parents came last week and said, Farley, I'm glad this program started, because all my child talking about is just coming to table tennis. Once before you would just go on his tablet, probably go outside with the fellas, probably go yourself on the block. Yeah, but this program has started to save some of the youth already. Yeah, man. And I'm really looking for this. Any help that we can get, right? It doesn't matter whether it be balls or rackets or whatever in that donation. That's what I'm really looking for that in that regard.
Yeah, man. Sports can save lives, And table tennis is very addictive. Yeah. Once you start, it's like you can't stop.
No matter what age, I see people starting to play in their 40s, 50s, and they're hooked on it.
Addicted. Yeah. They don't even want to work anymore.
Yeah, as work finished. Atlantic Sharks. As work over their free time, our availability to play, they're here playing. And they learn the sport, sit down and watch, and it's very addictive. And we'd like to get more youngsters involved in the sport, and we need to build.
Save lives, man.
Yeah, man. We need to build a center for table tennis.
I think we and Farley will link up on that. But Peter, I know you have something to say to Farley, so go ahead really quick.
Nice to see you, Kevin.
Hey, Peter. Nice to see you, sir.
I know this man, 20, maybe 30 years now. I know this man from little bit to thing. Congratulations on your success on your project, man. Yeah, man.
Thank you, sir.
All right,
Kevin, I have one question for you. Other than myself, who's your most difficult opponent you face in the Caribbean?
Peter.
That's a very hard. There was a guy from Jamaica, what his name, the left-handed guy, Chris Marsh. I think sometimes Marsh is very unpredictable.
Yeah.
Yes. Sometimes you don't know what he will do at any given time. Sometimes you put balls in places that you expect for an average person that has a backhand and so on not to get on the balls. And sometimes he do some very weird things with the ball. But Peter, you're one of the most difficult persons to play because you're still so you have to be very careful before you obviously throw us up. So when you
no.
Oh my God, I don't want to play because if I lose to you, I was telling myself I want to go back on the bench. But everybody say, you lost a guy who can hardly play. But that style you have is very, very difficult. It's very, very difficult and complex.
Yeah. And likewise, and because it's my show, I'll accept the compliment.
All right, Farley. I know we'll be seeing you in Guyana, right? You'll be carrying the juniors to the championships in March.
Mm-hmm. Well, I've heard. I've heard that we are supposed to send 2 teams. One is a junior team, which is comprised of juniors, and then one is a senior team.
It sounds as if it's not okay.
Yeah, I know you'll be on board.
I'll read.
I'm supposed to be on the senior team. I'm supposed to be on the senior team as far as I'm aware. I'm supposed to be on the first or second one as far as I'm aware.
Looking forward to that. Well, Farley, all the best. All right,
Kevin, we'll talk.
Movement. All right, thank you for coming on Primal.
Man, big up and respect.
All right.
Yeah, man.
All right.
Former Caribbean champion.
Caribbean junior and senior champion.
You know,
not many people
That's
one of the few people to have both titles.
Achieved both titles.
And I think another statistic is his bigger brother, Trevor, was also Caribbean champion. So it is very rare to have one family with two Caribbean champions in that one family. They're quite. The Farley brothers are quite iconic in Barbados.
Of course.
Well known. And I think Trevor is coaching now.
Yes, legends, man. Legends within the Caribbean region.
Well,
we know what time it is.
Yeah, reach midway point. Time for some controversy, right? I don't know what the controversy was have in store for us this week.
I don't know. This week my energy is very low. I have been under the weather. As a matter of fact, I did not even know I would be on here today because I'm not very well. But something's burning me up. So I had to talk. Now, you guys who are familiar with the Bolt story, and there are two things that I need to talk about. Bolt invests his money in this company, SSL. And so there is currently pressure on the SSL to give back Bolt his money. But in the midst of it, when people are wondering how they're getting back the money, SSL made an application to wind up the company. And that was only prevented by the government. And I mean, that's an absolute disgrace. You're taking deposits from people and you're trying to close down the company because you don't want to meet your obligations. I think it's a disgrace. And I think things will flow from that. We need to start extreme measures. I'm not going to say we need to seize people things and all that, but we need to do those kinds of things because we want the legend to get back his money. We need the legend to get back his money. The investigations are leading in a certain direction now. It's not the narrative most people want to hear, but it looks like somebody very close to Mr. Bolt might have had a hand in it. We don't know for sure. Because the lady who is the main culprit forging everybody's signature. So why wouldn't she forge Norman Pate's signature as well? So it's probably likely that Peart is not involved and that it was merely another forgery. But I wanted to say something about the role of the government. And we welcome Fit FM. We don't like talk politics, but you're going to hear it. I'm here. But what is happening is that it came to pass that the Minister of Finance, Dr. Nigel Clark, revealed that a report was given to him in about 2019 about the fragility of SSL. And he's saying the report was not brought to his attention. Now, if you give the man a report and say, here's a report, you're saying it wasn't brought. What more attention do you need for it to bring to? Coincidentally, after that report, the Prime Minister closed his SSL account and removed his investments there. Is it a case that the Prime Minister of Jamaica had a heads up and moved out? Then why don't you never give Bolt a heads up? You know, why never give Bolt a heads up? You make the legend, go on with the legend money. I don't think he's getting back the money either, because the same Prime Minister also said, nobody getting back the money. It will be left to SSL. And that's sad. It's sad because Usain Bolt has represented us in Jamaica very well, and the Caribbean and the world very well. And it's a shame and a disgrace that this would happen in Jamaica to the great legend. The other thing I want to talk about is tennis. Tomorrow, Novak Djokovic will win the Australian Open finals and will tie Nadal for the most Grand Slam titles. There's one man around this desk who's going to say he's now the greatest of all time. Greatest for tying? I think you have to exceed that result for tying. The women's game was not good for me. I watched Sabalenka play her semifinals and she was so nervous. The occasion was too big. Is this what women's tennis has come to? Women's tennis is now not watchable. I don't know. We're going to need some personalities in women's tennis. I see Coco and a few people who are recognizable, but everybody else seems to be from Far East with some funny names. Subarenko, Zakaleva, Kudoriko, and all these kind of people from the Far East. Tennis needs some more diversity to become interesting. I'm backing Jovac to win tomorrow. I like Tsitsipas, but his record against Jovac is not a good one. And Jovac's record at Australia is a pretty good one. Last thing I want to talk about is that Francis Ngannou, the heavyweight champion of UFC, he's walked. He's not going to be fighting in UFC anymore. And I have thoughts about that. Ngannou want to do what Conor McGregor did and go into boxing or find some other franchise to work for. But I think that, to be honest with you, John Jones is prowling to come back into the heavyweight. And I think Ngannou is afraid of John Jones. John Jones is not a normal man to fight, And I think that Ngannou should have stayed in it. We want to see the fight. Too many people dodging people now. That's sports commentary. What say you?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, once sports is tied in with everything, because sports is a business. It's tied in with politics. It's entertainment. Yeah. I mean, so from time to time, we'll have our little political dibbles in the mix. But we want the legend to get back in money, as Peter said. And not only the legend, other people who were robbed of their hard-earned cash. But
and it was so good that in a sense, I think Bolt name being involved with it kind of probably saved that, saved the other people what people might not know of, So Bolt name was the one that carried the weight, and it highlighted things even more internationally as well. So let us hope that they fix this and correct this. Guys, remember the phone lines are now open. 876-552-7406. That's 876-552-7406 via WhatsApp only.
I mean, feel free to call in and talk any sporting topic you'd like. Can you even comment on the whole SSL fraud scandal that's going around? But hey, we like to keep it sporty in here, and I'll stick on the topic of tennis. I mean, Peter touched on the finals tomorrow, and I mean, all three of us, it's probably unanimous that we all think that Djokovic will win. Yeah. Hey, I don't mind the Greek pulling off an upset, but I don't see that happening. And I want to touch on Djokovic legacy. Number 22, I mean, if he wins, he'll be tied with Nadal. And what does this mean for his legacy?
I think it only is adding to the GOAT legacy already.
You already have him as the GOAT. I don't. But.
Because of his all-round game. I think Joker is the only player that I know that can return serves, can defend and can attack just as equally as well. There's nobody else I've ever seen play tennis the way this guy played tennis. So
not Federer?
No, Federer for me in terms of shot making. Yes, Federer had all the shots and all the little thing that surrounded Federer during that period.
Federer in his prime was
in terms of speed and in terms of flexibility, defense, his defense is much better. Novak is a better defensive player than Nadal, than both Nadal and Federer. So I'll definitely have to give it to the edge to Novak between Nadal and Federer, and then he has accomplished things that these guys, they're not even close to.
Like?
In terms of Grand Slams, Golden Slam, winning all the Masters and different types of surfaces.
He didn't win the Golden Slam.
Twice. He did it twice. In terms of in terms of winning on different surfaces during the ATP tour, he's the only one that have achieved certain heights at that. So that's to show you that he's versatile.
But I mean, the argument can be said
to
for
win on clay,
with Nadal and
to beat Nadal on clay and to do these things on clay. And Wimbledon, he's more versatile than both Federer and Nadal. When you look at it, Nadal won 80% of his Grand Slams on one court and one surface.
Not 80%, 14 out of 22. It's not 80%.
Right. I'm exaggerating.
It's 14 out of 22.
I can exaggerate.
But this will be his 10th Australian title. 10 out of 22. It's still a lot.
Still have French. He has 2 French.
He has 2 French. He has 7 Wimbledon.
Yes.
And 3 US Open.
Yeah. So how many French?
Federer won.
Exactly.
Nadal has won multiple titles on each surface as well.
Yeah, but when you look at it, to win 14 on one surface,
to win 10 on one surface.
Yes. No, it's not the same thing. This guy's more versatile. And if you want to drop the stats, sorry, I don't have my stats.
I have the stats here.
If you want to look at the history in terms of the series, the Masters series and all of that, Novak is ahead of both of them.
Yeah,
and if you look at
but it all comes down to most of the time Grand Slams. People talk about
But would you admit though that in terms of
no, he's definitely in the conversation.
In terms of being more versatile than both of them, would you admit that he's a better service returner?
Yeah.
Yes?
I give Nadal the best service returner.
Nadal?
Yeah.
No. If Andre Agassi, who's known to be the best returner of serves, hand over the crown to Novak. It's not only Andre Agassi alone did that, you know. You had many other greats that said this man, the way he returns serves.
One thing Novak has overall, I would say his
mental.
I give that to Nadal hands down.
I think both of them tough.
No, Nadal is tough. Remember Djokovic crack in the Olympics, you know. Remember him have that little period where him crack, you know, mash up him racket and throw a tantrum and fit, you know. Him crack. I see him crack already, but he's mentally tough. Don't get me wrong. He's second behind Nadal, but I've never seen Nadal crack. Nadal.
Make your point. I want to hear your point.
You interrupt me in the middle of my point.
Go on.
You interrupt me in the middle of my point. But as I said, what I think Novak has over them is elasticity. His movement on the court.
Yeah.
Nadal will more break it down, keep the ball in play, but as I say, it's defense.
Yeah.
I've seen him turn defensive stroke into offensive strokes.
Yes.
More.
Yeah.
When he's on the back foot or he seems to be out of position, he has this way of stretching and reaching the ball and returning it to get back in an offensive stance.
Yeah.
You know, when you're on the defense, you'll be like, all right, this guy have me against the wall. And but Djokovic elasticity is superior, bar none. But I have Federer as the GOAT because he pushed the bar.
You mean in terms of marketing? Federer brought a lot
if
more
it's down to
people.
tennis alone, it's probably Novak. But when you add everything, what him do for the sport,
Peter, let us pause.
It's probably
let us pause for a second.
It's close.
You heard that one?
Close. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be close.
Listen.
It's close. It's
what you just said a while ago.
Tennis alone, Novak is tough. It's tough to argue against. Nadal is my player, but if I was to choose one in their prime,
just tennis alone
in their prime, to win a match, I would choose Federer.
You choose Federer?
I choose Federer.
In his prime?
In his prime.
The man who's most likely to crack.
I mean, I'm saying one match, not cracking.
Yeah, when everything's smooth.
Everything smooth, all going well, top of your game, pinnacle peak, I'd go with Federer.
You have a point.
But if you're showing all, life is not all about everything
That's
smooth.
That's in a vacuum. You're just looking at it in a vacuum. But outside of that.
If Federer is on top of his game no disturbances and free flowing Federer, I'll put him up against anybody.
I probably can agree with you.
I think Federer will, no matter how elastic Djokovic is, no matter what Nadal will bring back.
Federer's a shot maker,
If Federer in his prime and playing his high level tennis, Federer, the court is smaller for Federer than anybody else.
I tend to
Federer
agree.
will put the ball. Because, I play table tennis, I'm a touch player. I like to go around the net, drop it short behind the net. I mean, switch hands. I mean, do all these. Peter can attest to all of these things. And Federer can put the ball behind the net, can put the ball in that corner. I mean,
in terms of
Nadal will break it down.
Yeah.
Nadal will break it down.
in terms of the skill level, the technical skill level, I think Nadal is behind both Federer and Novak.
Yeah.
But Nadal is just a downright hustler.
And that I
don't
like,
give up kind of mentality.
I like that mentality. That's why my players. My players. Kobe,
and Nadal
Messi.
I don't know how you drop Messi in that.
You don't see Messi in World Cup.
I'm just saying I don't know how Messi can put Messi and
I think him get a mental
Messi is more
trigger.
like Federer, you should say.
He's a mixer. Messi is just great, but too much Messi on this show. But
man. But
when you compare it though, I mean, in terms of all round, both him and Nadal has won multiple titles on each surface. Because Djokovic, if he wins tomorrow, it would be 10 Australian Opens. He has 2 French, 7 Wimbledon, and 3 US Open. Nadal has 14 French. He's the most dominant player on any one surface.
Yeah, of course.
That is not even a debate. Nadal is the most dominant player on any one surface, which is clay, in tennis history. Which, I mean, and that's the next thing to it. Tennis plays on different surfaces. You have different type of hard courts. You have clay surfaces. You have grass. And some people say the hardest to play on is probably Wimbledon.
Yeah, the grass, because the unpredictable bounce of the ball.
And we all know who the king of grass is.
Well, Federer.
Federer.
Yeah.
I mean, he has the most. I'll go to Federer where he has 6 Australian Open, 1 French, 8 Wimbledon, and 5 US Open.
How many Wimbledon Novak have?
7.
7.
7.
Closing in and
So
Federer.
yeah. So the grass and the hard court
is. Just to show you how great Novak is.
No, I've never said he's not great. But I mean,
just to show you that he's very close to getting one more Wimbledon.
He's close. He's the Wimbledon don't start. Yeah, you make it sound like it start. And these young guys coming up.
Alcaraz was in the tournament, had an injury. Kyrgios I didn't think Kyrgios had an injury.
Felix dropped out early.
Felix dropped out early. Yeah,
we're talking about Djokovic. His opponent Tsitsipas. So we have to give him credit.
Of course.
I mean, and who wins tomorrow will now be the number 1 ranked player in the world.
Yeah, well,
Alcaraz is not the number 1 ranked player, but he's out injured. But I mean, Tsitsipas. How much percent chance do you actually give Tsitsipas to win?
I give Tsitsipas a 40% chance.
That's high.
Yeah, man. I think he's going to have a strong start to the match, and as you say, depending on if he can maintain that level. Because as you said
give him
before,
a 40% chance.
Him tend to break down, but I give him a chance in this match. Just the fact that he's more battle tested going into the finals, and Novak does.
I don't think he's mentally tough. He definitely has a skill set.
Yeah, man.
But I don't think he's mentally tough. I see he cracks a lot. He always lose matches that he's supposed to win. And I think at this stage now, he's at the point now where this match can define him career. If he finds a way to pull off this victory, he can now be probably one of the face of tennis.
He can pass that obstacle,
I'll give him a less than 10% chance. So you give him 40%.
Yeah, because
I'll give him less than 10%.
Less than 10?
I'll give him less than 10.
So you don't believe that somebody can learn how to manage nerves and to bypass all that? Because Messi did it in the World Cup. I thought that you'd have some belief now that Messi cracked in the finals. Messi cracked
in which finals Messi cracked?
No, I'm just saying.
He didn't crack in the finals. Germany won in overtime.
I'm sure that Messi changed his personality during this World Cup. And I think that Tsitsipas have a chance to do it.
How Messi cracked though? Messi didn't crack.
I'm just saying.
Players like he go in and...
I'm just comparing both Tsitsipas and
it's a
Messi.
team sport now. Team sport different. And
so
Messi didn't crack.
This is more pressure.
Individual sport.
Well... I think I give him a chance. He
definitely has a chance because he's in the final.
Less than 10%.
I give him less than 10%. I give less than 10%.
He's number 3 in the world.
Hey, I give him. He's playing your goat.
Yeah, but I'm saying him still have a chance. You can play.
No, of course he can play. But I'm talking about his mental fortitude.
Him have an unpredictable backhand there that I think don't give Novak some trouble. No, he has an.
I agree with you, but I'm just talking about his mental fortitude.
As I said, if Messi could do it, in the World Cup, I think Tsitsipas can also. I think Messi overcome that hurdle in terms of the mental part of the game.
I don't think Messi's mentally weak.
Change his whole personality. I saw a more, not really a bulldog yet, but I saw a rougher kind of Messi in this World Cup. So in comparison to the previous 4. So I'm saying Tsitsipas have a chance, just like Messi, just to overcome that.
Kimi Rabobo. Kimi Rabobo. That's a famous line.
I will wrap up the tennis now, but before you have to advertise. Remember, we have the big thing coming out here, the Davis Cup,
playing Estonia next week, February 4th and 5th. I mean, go give Team Jamaica full support, and that's next week, Saturday and Sunday at the Eric Bell Tennis Center.
Yes.
It's on Marasco Road,
right,
near Water Commission. So, I mean, if you have the time, feel free to go down there and give your support. And, I mean, the Primal team will be representing down there and giving our support. And, I mean, we're in Group 2.
Yes.
Playing Estonia next week.
Yes.
I mean,
trying to move up from Group 2, trying to create history.
I think this is the quarterfinal round in the Group 2 stage. Playing the likes of Estonia. And, these European countries have a host of countries around them that plays high-level tennis, so they're more exposed to high-level tennis. But we here have talent, and we're...
So come out and come give your support, right? come and give your support to the Jamaican team.
Yeah, so
All
I mean
right.
that's wrapping up some tennis talk, and hope next week probably Novak will still be on 21.
Yeah, no, don't worry about Novak.
I ain't worried about it.
From one good topic to our next topic, let's go into the NBA because obviously we're LeBron James now. This is the king of the NBA.
James.
He's about to pass
King
Kareem
James.
Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, he's 158 points away.
Yeah, from becoming the highest scorer.
Yeah. And again, moving from one GOAT topic to the next, because I mean, hey, debates were made, and some people have LeBron as their GOAT. Hey, nobody in this room has LeBron as their GOAT, but nobody. But I mean, the debate is there to be had, and he's definitely one of the greatest players to ever touch a basketball. He's definitely up there. I do have him as the GOAT, but this definitely will help him his case.
Yeah.
Having the most points all time. Yeah. He has 158 points away, and we predict here that he'll do it against Milwaukee Bucks. Because you know everybody likes the story. Sports is all about sport. Sometimes over them sports rig it away, but he'll do it against Milwaukee Bucks on Thursday, February 9th. That's my take.
Yeah, that's the former team of Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
The person that he's
Kareem
going to
won
surpass.
title with
Milwaukee
Bucks.
Yeah.
So
Kareem played for both franchises, Lakers and the Bucks. So
yes,
you know that's LeBron will probably miss a game.
I think he won the first title with Oscar. I think it's Oscar and Kareem won that for Milwaukee Bucks. I have to check it, but I think it's Oscar.
I think it was 1978. I think.
Yes, and then he went on to the Lakers. And
with
then Magic.
Winning 5 titles with Magic, so he has 6
titles.
But LeBron James, 158 points away. He will be, in short order, the all-time leading scorer.
Yes.
Talk about legacy again. Will this enhance his legacy more, or he just, no matter what he does from here on out, LeBron is just
all right? It will
one of the greatest.
It will enhance it for the newbies.
Newbies, yeah.
But
the 90s kids, the 90s babies.
Yeah, but for me, who saw basketball from the late 80s, the 90s, there's no way I think I can put him in front of MJ, but this is a great achievement. I must say that it's a great achievement, and you have to look at it.
Test the longevity as well.
That he's not really known for scoring. You know, he's more assist, more of a facilitator, and he's a top 6 in assists as well.
Yeah.
You know, but playing for 20 years, you must accumulate these stats.
Points, yeah.
You know,
Kareem wasn't a great scorer.
But what I think is great about LeBron, even more so than the scoring and the assists, is the fact that he's never injured.
Yeah.
To play basketball for so long, jumping with all the knee problems and the issues and the back, and it's remarkable that LeBron is still jumping as high as he's jumping now.
Yeah, take care of himself.
Yeah, the maintenance.
Invest in his body.
The maintenance is what I think we should speak more about, more than just the points. Because you can accumulate all of those points based on the game that you're playing, but just to stay injury free for so long. You know,
I think this is his 21st season or
21st season.
His 21st season.
I think he's trying to wait until his son get drafted in the league before he retire.
Yeah. I mean, but
I don't know how good Bronny is, but I don't know how good Bronny is. I see a little highlights, but a bit small.
But any dad would really want that still.
Of course,
of course. He's still playing high level because he's dropping 46 points. He's on a tier. Winning NBA Player of the Week, Western Conference.
League now.
And there you go, another storyline.
Yeah.
Some people have Giannis as the best in his league. So what better match to surpass the points
against Milwaukee?
Against Milwaukee
with everything.
Touted as one of the best players in the league now, Giannis. It's a perfect storyline. Why wouldn't it happen? He'll probably sit out that game here because I think it's 7 games away. And based on the average he's
27
putting now, he should achieve it before.
The Thunders against the Thunder.
Against the Thunder, but he probably won't play that much. And he want to do it at home. On the home court. With the greatest franchise Lakers on that Laker court.
Great achievement. Yeah, trust me. Great achievement.
But I still won't have him either, Jordan.
Yeah. I want to surprise people with this too, because I don't even think LeBron is in the top 5 in my opinion. A player by the name of Penny Hardaway.
Yeah.
Penny Hardaway, to me, in my opinion, is a better basketball player than LeBron James.
Wow.
You remember Penny back in the 90s, all the Penny ads, and Penny was like...
To the new listeners out there on Fit FM 96.7.
Yes.
I am not a part of what he just said.
All right, guys.
Penny Hardaway is
I dare you guys to go. Let's go and watch some.
Somebody call in for me,
Go and watch
please.
some games back. Penny Hardaway back. With Orlando Magic's in 94, 95, 96 season. Yeah. In terms of being a point forward, a scorer. He was a better scorer a better shooter than LeBron, a better dribbler, better finisher, much quicker, right? All of these things, better free throw shooter. This guy was LeBron before.
He's smaller.
Small?
He was smaller.
6'7".
LeBron is a beast.
LeBron is a beast, but in terms of skill sets, Penny Hardaway was a monster back in those days. You know, to beat MJ in that, even though MJ came in the halfway mark during that season after coming out of retirement, to beat MJ, that is not no easy task. And he did it. Both him and Shaq.
But he also said LeBron isn't even in the top 5.
No, I have other players that I prefer over LeBron. I think that LeBron is a great player. LeBron can bring a team, but for me, the skill sets in terms of shooting and certain other intangibles, I just don't think certain other things that I just don't think LeBron is that great to hold the media make it.
Media is going to paint that story for you.
Of course.
As you touch on,
I would take Kobe. I would take MJ. You know, I'll take Kobe. And in terms of impact, for me personally, during that 3-year period, I take Shaq as well. I'll take Hakeem as well. Hakeem with the footwork and the finishing, the defense, in terms of defending and everything. I'll take Hakeem. I see LeBron had to go to Hakeem Olajuwon to learn how to move on the court. Kareem, I didn't see much of Kareem.
You said you're top 5. You name in the top 5.
No, I put.
But you name 4. So
I name 4 or 4. All right.
What's you putting in? Bird?
No, Bird and Magic. I will take Bird. I will take Bird over LeBron as well.
So you're taking Bird over Magic as well?
Yeah, I like Bird.
Bird is a killer. Bird is a killer.
I like Bird.
Bird is a killer.
I like Bird. But LeBron is definitely like top 8.
One thing on LeBron's side is his longevity.
That's it. And that he play bully ball.
Yeah.
He play bully ball.
Go to the left.
Yeah.
Use the off arm.
Yeah.
Finish strong. Yeah. I think LeBron is left-handed.
I think he's ambidextrous.
He's ambidextrous, obviously. He's both hands. But I mean, I think he probably grew up left-handed.
Yeah, but people
I'm not so sure on that one. Don't quote me on that one. But LeBron,
great player, man. Great player.
What's LeBron's signature move?
There's none, and that's my problem.
Chase down block.
That's not a signature move.
No, but LeBron is definitely a great player. But I myself, he might be close. He might not even be in the top 5, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
But he's doing great things, though. But for me, LeBron is a pass-first guy.
Why is that?
Because growing up, he didn't have much of a jump shot.
All right.
He learned it late.
You know, people say, oh, he's a great facilitator.
Yeah, he's a great facilitator.
You're forced to become a great facilitator because you can't shoot.
Yeah.
That's just it.
But one thing is basketball IQ is up there.
Of course.
Yeah, his basketball IQ is up there. But I mean, I guess he learned from the greats. Yeah, and I mean, with the longevity, I have to watch tapes and in the gym and in the studio with coaches and one thing to test to LeBron too. LeBron probably hasn't had a great coach over his whole career.
Yeah.
I'm just looking more points to LeBron, but
I don't understand.
I don't put him over John for one because.
Before we move on from this topic, what you mean by didn't have a great coach?
I'm telling you.
I mean in high school and
even in the NBA.
Did MJ had a great coach in the NBA?
Phil Jackson?
No, hold on.
Phil Jackson? Oh, you're saying that Michael Jordan created the coach?
Phil Jackson started coaching the Bulls in 1989.
Yeah.
Right? 1989 season.
I think he took over from
Phil Jackson was like a little assistant coach.
Yeah.
Phil Jackson didn't have a name.
Who was assistant, I think, to Doug Collins? I think.
Doug Collins was a coach at the time.
Yeah.
They fired Doug and they upgraded Phil to being the coach.
The Zen Master.
The Zen Master. But Phil had no name. Phil had no reputation or no title.
Yeah. So you're saying Michael Jordan gave him this title?
It's a combination.
It's a combination of both. Because Michael Jordan didn't even win before.
Michael Jordan had a great coach from North Carolina.
Yeah.
We can admit that. But in the NBA, Michael didn't start off with no great coach.
No.
It was a combination of things, and things come together to form what the end result. LeBron for me is too much of LeBron is a system. LeBron don't play in a system, and I think that's one of the problem with LeBron.
I know. I take back my statement, and I don't usually take back my statements. LeBron had Pat Riley.
In Miami.
Eric
Spoelstra.
Pat Riley is the coach, man. People think Pat Riley pull a lot of strings.
Yeah,
but one of my biggest knocks against LeBron is going to the Miami Heat. You cannot go somebody else's city. You cannot go Wade County. You as a big man cannot leave your town and go join up. Like me now. So how can I play for Atlantic Sharks?
That wouldn't be fair.
But Atlantic Sharks up there, big man. And then to come, if I come, I'll be the big man. But let him run off with Atlantic Sharks and I control my... You understand?
Yeah, you can't join up with... You're going to form a club league team here in Jamaica with the 3 top players.
Yeah, a table tennis club league team and Peter have his club down there and I'll be like, Peter...
To make life easy, to win everything.
Yeah, Peter would like that because he have to do less work, but him are the big man down here, so let's leave him be. If I come, I'd be the big man now, but you understand? But make the big man run Field County and then we'll go up against each other and then who win? But you can't go Wade County. I mean, he was the big man on the side, don't get it wrong. LeBron was the man on the side. Make it worse, Wade win a title already.
And
so Wade been there, done that.
Full of injuries. He had a lot of injuries at that point.
And Dwayne Wade know to play second string, third string, fourth string.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade just let him have the rings and Chris Bosh, Kiminix, and they form a super team.
Yeah.
I mean, it has been done before.
Yeah.
I mean, the Celtics. I mean, we saw Houston Rockets tried with a bunch of old guys though.
It's Scottie Pippen, Charles Barkley. Hakeem was always there. Clive was
Jackson.
there.
Those 4 was like the first super team, but they're weren't in their primes, just like the Boston Celtics with KG, Ray Allen, Paul Pierce,
and Rondo.
But those guys weren't in their prime. They won as well. Yeah. But LeBron was in his prime. Wade was still in his prime. Bosh was in his prime. You're telling me a team up with who's supposed to be your opponent, whether it's your friend or not?
Yeah.
Come on, you stay put, man. Well, him go back to Cleveland and win. I mean, but that's my biggest knock against LeBron. But some people always go, the newbies have him as their goat. But and you know he's a great social activist off the court. Yeah. You know, some people not Jordan that he didn't, speak out more about
like social
issues and there. But he's on the court, a basketball. First pick. You have 5 guys down up there. I'm picking MJ first every time.
Yeah.
And I'm not picking LeBron even second.
Yeah.
And I'm saying, just with the Roger Federer case, I was saying, if everything is going well and all is going smooth, you can't beat MJ. You can beat LeBron.
Yeah, MJ.
And the thing is, Michael Jordan is a better offensive player. He's a better defensive player.
I wonder. I don't know if it's because we're table tennis guys here. We all play table tennis and it's a complex sport and we value technique and certain things more than some sports. You know, it's a high value
and technique
in our sport.
Craft, skill.
Yeah. When I look at when they're always doing a comparison and I look at LeBron and I look at Kobe and I look at MJ and I look at footwork. I look at movement off the ball. I look at how him handle the ball, the shake, how him move him body, to create
skill set.
The skill set to create space. I just
going left, going right. Yeah, jab step. Pulling up from 18 foot. Going to the rim.
Exactly.
Under the hoop, reverse layup.
Exactly. So I'm saying
post up moves.
Footwork, everything.
Deep 3.
Yeah. I'm just saying
dunking and dunkers.
How can you then even compare
defending the best player on the court?
Yes.
On the defensive end.
Yes.
1v1. Yes. Not shying away from the defensive assignment.
So it is
total package.
In terms of fundamental, and I can't understand how people can say LeBron is the most skillful player. And I'm saying, what type of skill are you really talking about? You're really watching again?
The older I get, I tend to realize that the things that I can't understand, I leave it alone.
Yes. I think it's
because I don't understand how people play a sport and don't even respect the sport. Because I know people that play table tennis and don't respect table tennis.
But congrats to LeBron anyway. We don't want to beat him down too much, but congrats.
But I just I'm trying to let go of things I don't understand and try to
let it go.
Let it go and develop my knowledge and be like, but LeBron, next week again, we'll probably have this conversation again when he gets closer.
Yes, man.
But we all predict.
And we know it's gonna be Bucks Lakers. That's
we predict that will be Thursday, February 9th.
Yeah, AD is back now, so I'm gonna take some points from LeBron. LeBron don't have to play.
But LeBron can score 40 any night he wants.
I think the game is so open.
The game is so open and more possession and less defense and guys is jacking up threes. The Steph Curry effect.
Yeah, all will be watching.
And I think Steph Curry needs more recognition.
Steph?
Yeah, Steph is kind of underrated great.
Yeah,
he's not in the top 10, but I mean, some people overshadow Steph and what he has done for the game of basketball.
Change the sport. A lot of people don't like
and
it.
And he's legit.
Producer don't like it.
Don't
like the 3-point
shot. Want to just eradicate the three-point line.
Yeah. But Steph, you're right. Steph
needs to get more recognition for changing the sport, and
there's a big impact.
And how much rings Steph have? 4?
Yeah, 4.
How much ring LeBron have?
4.
Yeah, and that's the thing. In your era, in Jordan's era, who was competing with Jordan?
In all fairness, 20 years though. But even before the 20 years, you're right.
But you have in his prime when he had the stretch, 9 finals. You only win 3.
In 13 years, Jordan played about 11 seasons. Really had 6 rings. So 4 years, 5 to 6 years of not winning.
Jordan probably didn't even have a rival or somebody to compete with him. Yeah. Steph kind of rub off like the shine LeBron and them great teams, or the so-called great. Even so, Jordan was on the greatest team. Jordan win Defensive Player of the Year. Jordan have more scoring titles.
Yeah.
Jordan have more rings.
Yeah.
Jordan average more points.
I would know who always show up as well. So
Jordan more clutch.
Yeah.
Big shot.
Yeah. There's no comparison there, but
we've seen it.
Yeah, we have seen it.
Jordan
we're gonna revisit. We're definitely gonna revisit. And Jordan
strike fear in everybody. The players in NBA can tell you. They call him Black Jesus.
Yeah.
I don't think people fear LeBron on the court.
No.
Steph definitely don't fear him. No. And other players in the league. I see the Memphis and Lakers playing, and the Memphis team kind of like talking, talking smack to LeBron, and LeBron get out the character, tell him, put some respect on my name. Put some, you watch him out, I'll be like, they're laughing. But what LeBron come down the court, full head of steam,
they want the match,
rise above everybody.
Yeah, they want the match.
Dunk. Statement, but people don't fear LeBron. You think they would talk to Black Jesus that way?
No, nothing. No,
Michael Jordan strike fear.
Yeah, big player.
Yeah. But I mean, LeBron definitely one of the greats.
So we will discuss this a little bit more next week, because or the week after. I'll probably break it on the 8th of February. That's why we'll play. They play against Milwaukee at home. All right. So let us move right on to the big thing which is happening tomorrow. We have the NFL, the conference finals. Let us start with the NFC.
I mean, I didn't get my predictions right with the tennis. I mean, and that's based on sentiments. I mean, if I had a clear thought, I can't go against Nadal, but with the NFL, I told you from before, I'm picking Joe Burrow to go all the way.
Oh, you say when we're talking about is Chiefs versus the Bengals first? Okay.
I mean, you can start with the Eagles, 49ers.
You're going with Cincinnati.
I'm going with Cincinnati to win it all. But it's a tough matchup tomorrow against the Chiefs. It's playing in Kansas City, right?
Yes.
It's playing in Kansas City. Another tough place to go and play. But I think Joe Burrow is a man of the moment. I don't think he'll shy. It's going to be close. Even if he make mistakes during the game, I think he'll just go out there and perform. Let it rip. I don't think he will make much mistakes. And even if he does, he'll come again and correct it. Chiefs now... Patrick Mahomes, if he rely on him legs too much, which he usually do, and he has a ankle problem.
Yeah.
I'm plus. I mean, I have to go with my pick. It's gonna be close. I'm going with Joe Burrow. I'm going with the Bengals. And Jamar Chase is legit.
Yeah.
Legit.
And Higgins.
Yards after the catch, when he catch the ball and moving, I mean.
It's hard to carry him though, man.
Running the routes.
Joe for me is definitely, I think now, after really watching it and looking at it, I think Joe Burrow is definitely the best QB in the league right now over Patrick. I think Joe plays a game. Plays a game a bit like Tom Brady. In terms of the pre-snap read. He knows where to go with the ball before the ball is snapped, and I think that is one of the reasons why he might don't have the spectacular plays, make things look very easy and simple. You know, so I think Joe is definitely the best QB right now in the league. But I think Kansas City, being at home, I know Mahomes is injured. I have a slight ankle injury. Kelsey is also slightly injured. But for some reason, you know, even last year I thought that Cincinnati got lucky last year. And Joe Burrow offensive line is still weak. Obviously last week the Buffalo didn't. I guess because Van Miller was out, they didn't get any pressure on Joe last week. But I think this week the Chiefs will get some pressure on Joe, and then will change the whole dynamic of the game. But so I'm going with the Chiefs. You're going with the Chiefs? Yeah, man. I'm going with the Chiefs at home. You know, slight favorite, but I'm going with the Chiefs.
I'm going with the Bengals.
Okay,
to go all the way.
So we have Eagles and Niners.
I'm going with the 49ers.
Yeah,
I'm going with San Fran.
San Fran.
Yeah, I'm going with San Fran.
Yeah, I think San Fran. The underdogs here. They're away to the Eagles. The Eagles at home.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts playing well.
Yeah. I think it's definitely going to be two good matches. I don't see a blowout in any of the matches or a boring match. If you're an NFL fan, tomorrow, tune in. It's going to be two good matches. It can go either way.
Yeah,
it can have an Eagles-Chiefs final.
You might have two overtime match tomor're. It's that close.
You can have an Eagles-Chiefs final.
And both the Niners and the Eagles have good running game.
Yeah.
They're good the receiving core for Eagles I think is a bit better than the Niners, but the Niners for me have a better coach and a better overall system. They have a versatile running back. Christian McCaffrey, I think, is maybe the best running back in the league in terms of catching and running the ball from out to the.
So that's tomorrow at 3:00.
Yes.
Eagles 49ers.
Debo Samuels is back. You know, he's also up for the Niners. Boy, Kittle. QB is a rookie, but he's playing well. You know, Brock Purdy's playing well. So I'm going with the Niners as well.
Yeah, that's
to upset
so
the
49ers Eagles. That's 3:00 tomorrow.
Yes.
I mean, if you have time, I think it'll be two extremely good matches, and I'm going with Bengals. So for me, it's Bengals 49ers finals, Super Bowl, and that would be in 2 weeks' time. Usually have a bye week. They're going to have a bye week.
We're going to have a bye week.
So, I mean, next week we'll come back and be like, yo, Schwab, how you do it? Your prediction is like a 95% rate. I mean, listen to Primal. I'll give you picks all the while. So I'm going with Bengals versus 49ers. And you are saying it will be Chiefs versus the 49ers. Yes. So we both have the 49ers making the finals.
Yes, of
and
course.
Losing. I think the winner of the Super Bowl will come from the Chiefs-Bengals match.
I agree.
Yeah.
I think Mahomes will not go to the finals again and lose. And I think Joe will find a way to win against either the Eagles or Niners if reach the finals.
Yeah.
All right. Now, going to our football, like our football.
Yeah, it's one football.
Yes.
People call NFL football, but it's one football. And I mean, to start off, last week, Arsenal versus Man U, that was a good match. Arsenal won 3-2, and people are starting to really think Arsenal can win the title. Everybody's saying, Arsenal will win off, and, Arsenal are chokers, but winning big matches, and they're now 5 points clear of Man City with a game in hand at the midway point for them with 19 matches. Some teams played 20 matches already, and they're at 50-point mark.
Yeah.
And even so, reaching a 100-point mark is rare territory. I think probably Chelsea and Man City alone have ever done that in the Premier League. But Arsenal and I don't think they're even just title contenders. They might just be title favorites. And I think City will edge them. I see City has too much firepower not to surpass them when the tough games and the fully rotational matches come into play, and Erling Haaland going to break the scoring record, already gone 25 goals. But I like this Arsenal team, and they're well coached. Mikel Arteta is
big coach.
He's a big coach and doing good things. Pep, another excellent coach. I mean, but it's too early to call. But wow, Arsenal is really proving to be in the mix. Everybody, I had them faltering already or giving up points, but they're going on the road winning tough matches. And I mean, we have a caller that calls in every week, and his surprise team for the season is doing well. Newcastle in third position, right there.
Thursday
He
night.
said, look out for Newcastle, and I was saying, I'm still not looking out for them. I don't think they'll finish top 4, but right now Newcastle is doing good, and the EPL table is poised.
Yes. What's your thoughts on that match? City, United versus Arsenal. Wasn't a bad match, you know.
Yeah.
Wasn't a bad match.
I predicted a 1-1 draw. I remember predicting a 1-1 draw.
I don't remember what Peter had predicted.
2-1 for Man U. Peter said 2-1 for Man U.
2-1 for Man U.
Yeah.
Yeah. 3-2 loss. Yeah,
3-2 loss.
3-2 loss.
Yeah. But I mean, Arsenal is proving to be a menace. Because I mean, you know, Arsenal go way back with the rival with Man U. I know Man City is, been dominating the league for the past couple of years, but I think Man City will still edge them in the long run. I mean, 5 points is basically 2 matches in hand. Most teams have 18 matches left, but Arsenal in a mix. They're playing good football. Mikel Arteta, I have to give hats off to Mikel Arteta. But we're not only talk about EPL. I mean, Barcelona is doing good in Spain. I mean, Napoli to me is playing the best football in the world, representing out of Italy. And Champions League is coming back around in early February, mid-February. And I have the likes of Lionel Messi winning the Champions League with PSG and capturing his 8th Ballon d'Or, which is already icing on the cake. Yeah, I mean, everybody know I'm a big Messi fan. Yeah. I'm not a Barcelona fan. I'm not an Argentina fan. I'm not a PSG fan, but I'm a big Messi fan. And I kind of, some people be like, Messi's not the player, but if you sit and hate on Messi, that means you don't like football.
Yeah.
The man is a joy to watch. And the football at his feet and the things he can do with the football, it's a joy to watch. You just have to watch him amazing and be like, this guy is made for football. Because you know you have the Cristiano Ronaldo fans, we have the Zinedine Zidane fans, we have the Ronaldinho fans, but hey, your pick. You can choose whoever your player is, but if you sit there and hate on Messi, you cannot possibly love football. Man is great for the sport, great to watch, and doing great things out there. And again, sentiments probably rule me over, and that's why I'm going with PSG. For the Champions League victory. But I mean, I wouldn't mind Napoli win it as well.
Napoli?
I wouldn't mind Napoli win it. Everybody knows I'm an Italian fan.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't mind an Italian team lifting it. I'm a Juventus fan as well. Juventus, that's a story for another day. Being docked 15 points in the league. I mean, the scandal always continues, but football is played on the pitch, people. And we see where Chelsea making a lot of transfers, spending a lot of money. I think something like $553 million so far. Chelsea's buying up players from like nobody and not performing in the league.
You think that if you have a salary cap, you think it will be better for football to have a cap like what you have in the NFL? You have a cap that kind of, the rich owners can really just spend like that.
It would definitely. Hold on a second.
Create more parity.
Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Primal Sports. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to Primal Sports. You're saying my audio device is unavailable. I'm not sure I'm hearing the caller. Maybe it's from the caller's end.
Yeah, you don't think it will
Feel free to call back.
It will create more parity in the football.
It'd be more even, but I mean,
like in La Liga, when you have one team winning all the time, one or two teams just winning all the time. Barca and Real Madrid, because they have all the resources and spending all the money.
Yeah. Caller, feel free to call back. I think we've sorted out the problem. Maybe it's from your end, but feel free to call back and we'll try again. We'd like to hear from you.
One team filled with bunch of superstars.
Yeah, but even so, these cities are prime cities.
True.
Even not only from a football spectrum, from a business spectrum, the big cities will always have more money. London, Milan, Barcelona, Madrid, Turin. These cities
so you
have not only football pull, but pull in business. So they will always have more money and more.
That's why I said the cap.
Advertising. The cap now will probably, as I said, bring more parity and be more level the playing field. But they'll probably be bad for football as well.
Bad for football.
If you look at it from that spectrum where, the big teams that can afford to do things, let them do it.
They'll be restricted.
Let them do it. Why not? We'll be
and
restricted.
every year just have this one team and this one team.
Yeah.
You know, unlike the NFL last year, the Rams won.
Yeah, and now Rams are not even in the
They're
playoffs.
not even in the playoffs. So, you know, it's unpredictable. So
That with American sports now, with that system, you can be the worst team, and in the flip side, 2 years, you're NBA champions. We've seen that with Miami Heat, with Dwayne Wade. When Dwayne Wade got drafted, Miami won probably like 20 games, 25 games.
Yeah, something like and
like in the span of, I think it was 3 years or so.
Yeah.
He won the NBA championship.
Yeah. But isn't that exciting though? Then
in a sense, it can be. But I'm saying
Barcelona every year, Barcelona Madrid, Barcelona Madrid.
But do you want a team from say Vigo? So Celta Vigo. Because I've been to Vigo before.
For it to be a little bit more unpredictable, it can bring a little bit more.
Star players want to live in the city. They don't want to go. The countryside, go to Vigo and just kick back and relax and have your feet up and.
Just like back in
more traffic in the big cities. More traffic in the big cities, so you'll have more attendance in the stadiums. More tourists go to the big cities. So all that pull factor, people want to go to these cities. I want to go to London versus going to, let's say, Nottingham Forest or somewhere down the line. If I go to England, they'd be like, all right, I want to go to London or Manchester.
You know, that is why I really...
If you go to Italy, you want to go to Milan or Turin.
That is why I had so much respect.
For Maradona?
I was going to say that, right? The man got to a little city.
Naples.
And resurrect a little city.
Naples
but I'm just thinking out still that if them can put a little cap on it, I think it can level it a little bit and bring a little bit more excitement to the football. You know, bring more teams. Maybe you have 6 or 7 teams per
England
year.
is running. Everybody's just spending big bucks
in England.
Newcastle, West Ham. Everybody has a spending power. So, hey, and with the teams where teams spend,
everybody can spend, but
Man U is spending probably the most in a couple of years, and Man U hasn't won a title since 2017.
Like I said, the money spending really well. Then again, everybody's spending.
Everybody is spending up top. You have like probably 10 teams. The top spenders, the top 10 teams that spend money, probably 7 of them are from England.
I want to shift gears a little bit. I want to address somebody here that telling us about table tennis. Producer, we got a request about why we don't uplift table tennis. That was the request.
There's an association for that.
Yes, they're saying that we should have tried to uplift our what
we're trying to uplift every sport.
What was the request on the page?
No, the person was saying that if we should be talking about our plans for table tennis.
No, but it's not about us.
We're not here in that capacity.
Yeah. We're here to talk about sports across all the sports. And I mean, we spoke about table tennis from a little town in Barbados. We can't talk about table tennis
all the time. But
I mean, I said feel free. You can be a guest on the show. You can call in on the show. Give us your ideas. Give us your take from your neck of the woods. It can be about darts.
It can
be about pool.
I would just let him know to answer the question, right? The fundamental thing that you have to do for any sport, you have to make it visible.
Yeah,
that's just the primary thing. If it's not visible, it will never develop the right way. You will never have longevity within the sport. So it has to be visible, and when I say visible, it can't just play in the national arena.
No.
It have to be played in all 14 parishes within your country or state or wherever you're from.
15
for example, in Jamaica...
Portmore coming like a parish by itself.
Exactly.
15 parishes.
Yeah. So for example, in Jamaica, table tennis is to play in Portland. You need it in St. Thomas. You need it in Clarendon. You need it in Manchester. You need it to spread right around the country, and you need it to be visible.
Yeah.
So kids can see it and say, wow, let me try. And then when they try, you get a little. But if we don't have venues and the table tennis is not out there, then the sport will never develop. No matter if we go to the Caribbeans and we win Caribbeans this year, that's not going to change anything here locally. It cannot change, because why would a sponsor me when the people of the country don't even know what table tennis is?
Or see going on.
Yes, it first starts with the local structure, and you have to make the sport visible. So
people probably know. Oh, they went to the Caribbean Championships. They'll be like, oh, exactly. I didn't know that.
How can they relate to you if they don't know the sport and don't play the sport? How they can relate to you?
Associate
why would I
spaces,
sponsor you? Why would Milo sponsor you? Why would Milo sponsor you to wear Milo? That's to influence kids to drink Milo.
Yeah.
But if they don't, say,
because it's visible.
What him do? They have to can relate to you.
Yeah.
So the sport have to be present on the ground. That's just the first thing we have to take care of. Nothing else but that. All right.
We're trying to use this medium as well to broaden that, not only for table tennis. We're trying to uplift every sport.
Yeah.
Next weekend, remember, tennis.
Yeah. We're going to the tennis. We're going to the Davis
Cup. Big Davis Cup tied against Estonia. How many persons know this in the island?
Exactly.
Badminton will host the Pan Am Championships in April. We're trying to promote it here.
Over by GC Foster.
Table tennis. We're hoping to host something along the line coming up. And as my co-host Dale said, we need to make it visible.
Exactly.
Not only table tennis, lawn tennis. We're using this medium. Tennis next weekend, people. February 4th and 5th.
So, badminton coming up. You know what? Just thank Kevin Farley, former Caribbean champion and former national champion of Barbados, for coming on and sharing is telling us about his project that he has down here in Barbados going on. Started a couple of weeks ago.
And I hope it lifts off and be a big thing.
Yes. Yes, of course. Kevin is a man of vision and is a youth to always speak out.
Yeah.
You know, and made some mention of some things publicly on the air a while ago. And I think if anybody from ITTF was listening, I think the association are going to have questions to answer. But thank you, Kevin, for coming on. Who's up next, Kane? Thank you for...
DJ Gaddafi's up there. I'm not sure.
DJ Gaddafi. And guys...
Our Fit FM listeners. Yes. I mean, we'll be here next week.
Download the Primal 4K app. Yeah. You know, we have a list of different shows that run right throughout the week on the Primal 4K app. So the listeners of Fit FM 96.7 right here in Jamaica,
and we have our group chat.
It's free.
Feel free to join
Apple
in.
And Samsung.
Yeah, and feel free to join in on the group chat as well. And from here, on the Primal Sports team and the Primal Sports desk, one love and peace out.
Same time next week.